Hey guys, another Warriors Den recap for February 1st. This week I made a large write-up and posted it on the subreddit because the mods are busy, so kind of delayed this one, and it'll change up my format a little bit because of it. But to get started with today's update, the live update, we were given the Superior block back for Conqueror. So we have 2 more weeks of Uber Turtle. This is just a stopgap to put in place between now and his rework on the 15th because without it, Conqueror's missing too much of his toolkit to be a decent hero. For the weekly content, we have the Executioner event. This is 2,000 steel, earn as many executions as you can, platform-wide, all game modes. Then we got the content of the week. We got both this week and next week's content of the week because next week will be the lengthy live stream with the tournament and all that fun stuff. So for this week, we got the sports emotes for the 6 DLC heroes that don't have them. We've got ping pong for the Centurion, curling for the Gladiator, log toss for the Highlander, water skiing for the Shaman, jump rope for Shinobi, and ice skating for the Aramusha. And then next week, we have executions. All heroes are getting them. We only got a teaser this week because they didn't have time to make an animated video to post on the live stream. They will be 7,000 apiece, and yeah, all heroes will be getting them. No hero is going to be left out like we had in the past. Then they wanted to clarify what is coming during the season and what is coming at launch. Things that are at the Season 5 release will be the hero updates for the 5 heroes, that being Kensei, Conqueror, Nobushi, Berserker, and Highlander. The fight update, which is the parry changes. The XP boost, which is the salvage, eating, get 250 XP thing. Refined gear, which is the new stat above legendary, but it's still a legendary tier item. We will get the Faction War Strategic Territories, a new rep level 50 for the new max, and we will be getting new legendary weapons for Season 5. They showed us 1 per hero on the stream, but we will be getting 3 weapons per hero with Season 5. Then the things that are going to be coming during Season 5, not at the launch, in this order, will be dedicated servers, input lag compensation. I don't know if this is a misspoke statement here or if the input emphasis was actually intended. That's got me kind of worried, but lag compensation. Then we'll be getting the trial/arena mode. It requires a lot of work with the first parties, that being Sony and Microsoft, to do the arena mode, which is why it's being delayed until mid-season. Hopefully that doesn't mean mid-season as in 5 weeks after Season 5 launches, and rather it just means during the season, but that's that. Then we had the question of, can we change refined gear appearances with legendary gear? And the answer to that is yes. Refined gear is legendary gear for all other purposes. Then we'll be getting the Kensei, Berserker, and Conqueror in-depth next week. For the Kensei and Conqueror, it's not just tweaking, it's breathing new life into them by adding new moves and new ideas to the heroes, improving on their kits. So hopefully that means these changes will be much more encompassing than, say, the Nobushi changes were this week, and we'll be seeing an in-depth video of those next week. Then we have the fight changes, specifically Parry. The developers gave us their thought process on this, and we've had a lot of discussion about you're on a bridge, full health, and you hit your enemy, get parried, and thrown off the bridge. If you have less than 80 stamina, you get parried, guard broke, and then max punished, and now you're dead. So we wanted to make it a little less risky to throw out an attack. We're rebalancing the risk and reward. So what they did with this is if you're parried and someone guard breaks you, you can counter guard break. If your heavy is parried, they get a 600 millisecond window. For the most part, this means they get a light attack. If your light is parried, they get a 900 millisecond window. For most heroes, this means a heavy attack. You do not get chip damage on a parry, so there's no chip there, and it doesn't matter if you switch stance, which on live it currently does. The rules are being changed so that you will always get a light attack off a heavy parry and a heavy attack off a light parry. And in addition to this, they're improving the movement of how parries work. So, for example, Berserker, Nobushi, and Valkyrie, they will reach their target every single parry, whereas as of current, they can parry and then the target will be too far away to actually do a follow-up. That will be fixed. The changes might not make sense right now, and they'll be showing us more next week to clarify. And then we have a very exhaustive list of Highlander changes that are coming, as well as a lengthy list of Nobushi changes. The Highlander changes, for the most part, they're making it so you can flow into offensive stance easier, that helping your Celtic Curse. They're buffing all of his damage all the time. They're improving the way his stamina works so that when he's in offensive stance and does all those weird things, It no longer stops him regenerating. The idea there is that Highlander can now actually sustain his offensive form. There's an improvement to Caber Toss to make his Caber Toss hit more reliably, as you can no longer dodge the kick and also dodge the Caber Toss at the same time. It'll now require 2 separate timings. There are a few other changes as well. You can read them in my write-up down below. I'll be posting it in the description. As for the Nobushi, they wanted to buff her so that she's stronger in 1v1s and nerf her a little bit in 4v4s, because as of right now, she's just flat out too strong. She's one of the top tier 4v4 heroes, and it's all based around her one move. So they're nerfing her zone attack from 33 damage down to 20. The second strike is staying the same. They're buffing the speed of the kick quite a bit, down to 600 milliseconds. The kick landing no longer costs extra stamina, and they're changing the way her dodge attacks work on most of her skills. Then for Shaman, she's getting nerfed and buffed at the same time. They're nerfing her Predator's Hunger range on knockback so that you can't ledge as well, but it's also confirming the lights more reliably so that you can get double lights off of it. This should nerf ledges, but improve her ability to actually hurt you. Her throw left is also being fixed. It's no longer super overpowered compared to a throw right, and they're fixing her out of stamina bug where she can dodge or guard break out of her unblockable. And then we have the improved player reporting dialogue. We're getting more categories and better categories. We are now going to be having abusive chat, AFK farming, offensive emblem, offensive name, offensive chat, griefing, and spam. Offensive name and offensive chat are both going to be PC exclusive because they're handled by Microsoft and Sony on the Xbox and the PS4. So Ubisoft has nothing to do there. That's why you guys don't get them. You will also be only allowed to report a player once per match. This prevents flooding reports. And if you abuse the feature by reporting people who aren't actually doing anything wrong, there can be sanctions against the player spamming reports. And with that, all reports are reviewed every 2 days by the development team. So that's pretty fantastic turnaround, I'd say. With that, I will be dropping a link down to my recap on Reddit in the description below and also the top comment. I hope you enjoyed my vocal recap here. I tried to cover the important things and deliver it to you in a nice fashion. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the battlefield.